Hello, my name is Hogan Dykes, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the importance of recycling and how it affects our environment. Did you know that on average, Americans generate enough garbage each year to fill up a football stadium, then fill up that same stadium twice again? Yes, that's 200 million tons of garbage that solely comes from America each year. The global pollution and recycling crisis is one that must be addressed because of the growing impact that it has on the environment. Every person in the world should be recycling daily because of the impact it has on our environment, the impact it has on life on Earth, animals, humans, etc., and the impact it has on our renewable and non-renewable resources. Today, my purpose is to provide you guys, the audience, with truthful facts about recycling in order to raise awareness and increase the movement of recycling. One of the biggest excuses for people who do not actively recycle is, well, one person does not make a difference in the giant footprint of recycling, and it really doesn't matter if I recycle or not. This could not be further from the truth. The average American produces 1,606 pounds of trash per year. If you'd only just get into the habit of recycling, you could make an incredible dent over the span of 20 years or so. Also, lots of plastic that is recyclable is also combustible, meaning the plastic from these waste products can be combusted and transferred into energy forms such as electricity and heat. These stats are small when one person does or does not recycle, but if the American population increased their recycling by 50%, it would make an enormous impact on our footprint. Now that some background information on recycling has been established, you may be wondering, well, I understand what recycling does, but why is it important that I recycle? It is crucial to maximize your recycling because of the three main points I will lay out for you. The first point is the impact that recycling does or does not have, for that matter, on our environment. I feel that the most effective way to emphasize the impact that recycling has is through statistics. The trash that we use goes into landfills and the ocean. According to National Geographic, in the ocean alone, there is an estimated 5.3 trillion pieces of plastic debris. Plastic debris is anything like this water bottle, Tupperware, food wrappers, anything of that nature. Also, about 14 billion pounds of garbage is dumped into the ocean per year. This could be reduced immensely by people around the world changing their minds about recycling. Not only does this save trash from going into the ocean directly, but indirectly as well, because all trash can be reused to make other bottles, meaning that less plastic is actually being produced and less is going into our environment. The climb to reduce our footprint on the environment is a steep one, but it gains steam as more people do it, as with any movement. The second point I would like to lay out to you all is the fact that trash has an enormous impact on our marine life, land life, and human life. Land life being animals that live on land besides humans. Perhaps the most affected of these three is the marine life. Plastic debris becomes a valuable food source in the mind of the fish, turtles, etc., but they prove to be wrong, and the trash is deadly to them when they eat it. Also, when this trash is emptied into the water, chemicals serve as a plague to the life living in the water, and they wipe out populations of marine life. Also, this much trash affects human life as well because the chemicals released into the air, and as you know, we breathe air, obviously. Humans can contract many infections such as cholera, malaria, skin diseases, and lung cancer. While this may not be a problem for America that much, it is a problem in countries like Cambodia and places like Southeast Asia, especially in developing countries. So again, a small step to recycle would start a movement among Americans and would help all forms of life. The last point that I would like to address is how pollution or recycling has an impact on our natural resources. As I mentioned before, recyclable materials can be combusted into forms of energy. So that would help reduce our use of coal, natural gas reserves, electricity, and basically any other natural resource that we have that produces energy. Some renewable resources that pollution would affect would be the quality of our water and the quality of our air and more. Now that I've given you enough information on recycling to write a book, my call to action for you is to increase your recycling at home, in the workplace, or basically wherever you are. This will not only decrease your footprint, but if your friends see you recycling that much, then they will start recycling that much. And then further down the line, the web expands from state to country, and then the whole country is recycling at a 2 times rate and then preserving our environment. If America could serve as an example for the rest of the world, which in some countries like China, their pollution is more problematic than ours, then the rest of the world could take charge. A small step seems uninfluential by yourself, but you never know how big a movement may get. Thank you for your time.